So we got a picture of Ishmael and I with the Secret Government book signed. All right. So we are going to read the back of the book and then we will continue on with our reading. All right. So we've got the Secret Government. I know it's upside down, backwards, whatever, but that's that one. And you already know the one we're studying. We're studying the cosmic origin. This one here is the Secret Government. Let's see. Made it home safe. Say, Christopher, thank you. Okay, let's go in here. And we'll go ahead and we will read the back of the book here. It says, dive into an enthralling narrative that takes you on a journey through thought-provoking ideas about the true workings of our world in this compelling book. Uncovered a long-lost history of an ancient battle between two brotherhoods. Who are these brotherhoods, and why has our world been under the influence of the Dark Brotherhood? That's all I'm going to read from this. I am going to continue on. We're going to do our one paragraph a day studying, one paragraph a day every few days, whatever. This one here, I'm going to just read on my own. This is his first book, and it's about why is the Dark Brotherhood in control? But venturing down this rabbit hole demands that we step beyond our comfort zone. Awake to the startling realization that history has been scripted, with every event playing a part. I want to repeat that, okay? Because that's what I try to tell you guys in my readings, that every event plays a part. So when you ask why, don't ask why. It's part of your soul contract. Why do things happen? Because we write them in our soul contracts, because we want to learn a lesson. Simple as that. The Secret Government unveils the most eye-opening revelations about the true architects of our world's sufferings, war, disease, poverty, corruption, and beyond. So delve into the agendas of the secret societies. Discover the story of the Master Sorcerer, exploring the possibility that the divine for power might be embedded in their genes. What about this unforgivable act ushered in the evil bloodline, a force that has dominated our world for millennia? So, as I said yesterday at the presentation, we've already won. They're playing out the script to the movie. Everything is not what it seems, okay? The other thing I mentioned was only the names are changed. So, as I was saying about me, Mary Magdalene, Joan of Arc, many different fragments of me have been in the past. But here, I'm just a humble Rebecca Boubet, 11 card reading, Miss Mystic, always authentic, never edited. But in a past book, I was somebody else. In a past book, I was somebody else, okay? Same with you. Unless you're one of the souls that came here and you're a brand new soul and you're here for the first time, most of you that are watching my channel are old souls, okay? So we're going to go right into a reading. After this reading, if you see a title called New Susan, I'm going to be doing a personal reading and doing it just like I do one of these, so she can keep it and watch it over and over again. I'm going to channel her higher self. Now, I will do this. If you read my descriptions, I do them for free. And I will do one for you now again. They were just personal for a while, but then before that, they were only on Zoom or Skype. Well, I've opened it up now. Read my description, and we'll see whatever works. Everybody's different, and I am willing to bend over for you. I guess that didn't sound too good. I'm not willing to bend over for you. I'm willing to bend my routine or how I do things for you. I can use texting. I can use Skype. I can use, I think Skype's going away. We got Telegram. We got emails. We've got phone calls. There's many different ways. I just did one with someone this morning through a text. So I'll channel your higher self, and then I will also pull cards. I will read energy, but I will not give you my opinion. Okay, it's not going to be anything to do with you having a phone call with Miss Mystic. You're having a phone call with your higher self. Look at all them cards. Your higher self and the cards. And I loved what Steve said yesterday. He said, when cards fall out and then readers say, I'm not taking them, there's too many. I agree with him 100% that everything matters. From the speck on the table, which this is an angel rug table, from the speck on the table to all the cards that fall out. You don't put them back in and say there's too many. But whatever, you know, and then timestamps. Usually when there's timestamps, I have to watch all three because, again, you don't timestamp energy. So for the readers out there that are watching me, if you do timestamps or you do take a bunch of cards and put them back and say that's too many, you know, that's the way you do things. That's fine. But I agree with Steve, and that's not the way I do things. So the cards that fell out, let's see what they are. Page of Swords. Bringing out the truth is what I'm hearing. That's what this is all about. And how fitting. The secret government was not even allowed to be published after he was done writing it because we weren't ready for it. We're ready for it now. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Dynamism. Wow, that is my tornado card. So truth is coming out. This is the Knight of Swords. So you got the Page and then the Knight. These are the most two powerful cards for action in truth, right? Because you've got the Queen and the King of Swords of truth, and Michael, St. Michael, the Ace of Swords. These two are the ones that put it into action, right? So you got the Queen, the King, St. Michael, the sword, right? You got all that going on, but somebody's got to deliver it, right? Ishmael Perez is a Page and a Knight of Swords because he put out the book. I am a Page and Knight of Sword because I'm bringing you truth. But these cards are just saying it's going to come in like a fucking tornado. Excuse my language for those of you that get offended by swearing, but you have to be you. And sometimes they have me say that word, and it's going to be a fucking tornado. Okay? And I am the Empress. I'm all four queens. I went through all my assignments to get to this point. Same with Ishmael. He went through all of his to get to his point. You, some of you may be still in the King and the Queen area where you're working on things, okay? That's okay. 4 kings, 4 queens, then you become the Empress and the Emperor. After that, you reach the Hierophant stage and then the God and Goddess stage once you and your partner are connected. Okay, we've got equal give and take. That's what you're going for. So the truth is coming out really quick, like a fucking tornado. You're in your Empress power, or you need to get your karmic assignments done that you've been working on. So the person I did a reading for earlier, that's exactly where you're at. You're at the Emperor Empress stage. You have just completed a major cycle. We all did. Okay. I'm going to do Susan's reading next, and that's really important because she's there too. You may not think you're at that point, but the whole collective is. Okay. So equal give and take, that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for a equal partner. If we're in a job, a family, whatever we're in, we would like some equal give and take. You know, it's really hard giving all the time and not receiving. And it's hard receiving all the time and not giving, because then you turn into a little narcissist, egotistic brat. And when you give all the time without receiving, you end up becoming a doormat. You start becoming where you lose yourself. Now, a lot of us, the last 10, 20 years, have been in one of those modes. We either turned into a doormat and we were victim, or we turned into a narcissist, egotistic brat. So we're over that stage. We went through our karmic lessons and we're over that stage. If you're not over that stage, well, that's okay. Remember the bridge analogy? You're just trailing back here. You're behind. You haven't quite got onto the bridge crossed over yet, right? That was a couple videos back. So it's just saying to keep moving forward. The Page of Swords, the Page of Dynamism, this is the Page of Pentacles, which is you're getting the truth out there. The truth is being put out there like a fucking tornado, because we need to move toward our abundance. Okay? Now we've got the Six of Wands, which is my motorcycle guy. He's on his motorcycle and he's got his faith candles lit. That means he's going to get on that bike and just have faith that he's going to get from A to B. And hopefully he's talking to St. Christopher. He's on a mission. He's on a journey. He just is going by faith. And that's the key. You want to just go on faith alone. Just like I said yesterday about getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that may be kind of scary because you never leave home. So it's scary to drive, which I had a great time. I listened to tarot readers there and back. The Little Red Sun. I listened to Steve's Love Tarot. I listened to CC Reading. I listened to Chosen 144 and Tasha's Divine Guidance. I did a lot of driving yesterday. So, but I just have faith. I just have faith. I didn't get to listen to Living Light or Soul Sister, but I want to shout you out. Okay. There's so many of you, and I just love you all. So I'm not trying to not comment on you. I also want to shout out to Jamie. I met Jamie. He's from my city, Hemet, and I met him at the presentation. And Ishmael was an hour or two, I think about an hour and a half late. And Jamie and I talked the whole time. And guess what? Everything we said was in the presentation. It was really cool. So I had a great time. I shout out to him, and I shout out to Helen and Crystal from the Ascended Wellness in Norco. It is a great EE system place to go, and it's the closest one to me now. If you remember a year and a half ago, I went to, I believe it was Escondido. I was going to the EE systems. They're awesome. They're healing systems, and they've been scaled up now with Rife. So it's some cool stuff. You might want to check it out. It's called the EE system, and you can check out Ascended Wellness Center in Norco, California, and that will just get you some more information, and then you can find one around your area. So again, this makes absolute sense. You got the courageous and daring card. What did I just say for 5 minutes? I talked about him getting on his motorcycle. There's confirmation. See how these cards just go with the energy. It's just so awesome. I love doing this. I do this all day long. And I think I'm going to be. I think that's my future. Okay, so we've got the motorcycle guy having the face. There's a courageous and daring card. Yeah, I have a bright future. And I'm drawn to the brightness of her ball of fire there. You got to be courageous and daring. That's my Two of Wands card. Okay, and these all fell out, remember? So we've got the peaceful, easy feeling. Four of Wands. If it doesn't bring you peace, doesn't he look peaceful playing his harmonica? Drawn to the fire again. Okay, the tornado was a fire card. Even though it's a tornado, it does look like fire in the sky, doesn't it? Hers is fire. On the motorcycle, you got fire in the candles. Okay, see, different, same cards drawn to different things on the cards. So fire in the sky, all right? If it doesn't bring you a peaceful, easy feeling, get rid of it. And it happens to be under equal give and take. So if it's not equally yoked, if it's not peaceful and equally yoked, you know it's not for you. So if I would have went to an EE system like I did a year and a half ago, and it wasn't for me, or if I would have listened to Ishmael or his books or any of this stuff, and it doesn't sit right, it's not for you. If my video doesn't sit with you, I'm not for you, okay? I tell people to leave my station. I don't tell people to join it, okay? Meaning, I tell people to join it, but I don't want you to stay if you don't relate. I seen a question earlier that said, I don't understand what you're saying. Well, okay, then I'm probably not for you, because I'm not here to teach you what I know. I'm here to read the energy of what I know. Okay? The last 3 cards, we've got the King of Hearts. Nope, King of Swords. Yep. So I said King of Hearts, and I meant the King of Swords, but I was drawn to the red, and I said Hearts. And this is really important, because our first card was the Page, remember? Remember what I said? And then the Knight. King of Swords came out. So the ending is the King of Swords, the Strength card, right? Remember, courageous, daring. You'd have to be pretty courageous and daring to get that red dragon under control. Dragons are great, but there's also bad dragons. And this one is a bad dragon, and he had to slay it. Dragon lady, dragon man, we've got to slay them. Okay, and then the final outcome is the Four of Pentacles, which in this scenario with this card, it's saying stay more in astral, stay more spiritual than physical. Be like him. See him? My hand's even moving a lot because it's like I'm in space. And when I said I think I'm going to be doing a lot more readings and that I've been told to be an astral less, do you see how that's connecting? Because if I'm doing more readings, then I'm more here than I am there, you see? So I was doing a lot of teaching and a lot of stuff in astral. Now they want me to do more here. So that's why when somebody says, I'm not going to do readings for a while, or people change, any kind of change, you don't look at that as a bad thing. It's all what it is. Okay? So, because last year or last month or 2 years ago it was different, doesn't mean anything except growth. Change is growth. So let's just do a recap on the end result here. We've got the King of Swords staying in his astral thinking, right? Be thinking like that, but doing physically like that. Slaying the demons, right? Demon Slayer. Now, those are the cards that fell out. So I just want to show you, bottom of the deck is our world mission, our Gaia card, right? We're on a world mission. We're no longer doing our, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, what do you want to do in 5 years? Don't be falling for the matrix thinking. Stay in the moment, stay in the day, and focus on your world mission. Now, you hear about energy healing work. That was the EE system. 4 hours I got to sit in the EE system yesterday, talking with Jamie, talking with Ishmael. But I was being penetrated by all the stuff in the room, the EE system, okay? They look like TV sets, but they're all different colors and all different codes. And the Rife system, right? So I'm getting my energy healing work, plus I'm staying with the astral thinking. We didn't talk about worldly things. We didn't say, well, what do you want to be in 5 years? Oh, how's your gardening going? Oh, isn't it a nice day? No, we talked deep stuff. Healing, everything, energy healing work. So we're on this mission, our world mission, and we've already won. And so now we've just repeated right back to the beginning where I said that I mentioned yesterday how we need to focus on we've already won. And look at these cards, that's them. Gaia, the world mission, celebration, total celebration. Stay in that mindset. We've already won. So this shit that's coming out on the TV set about whatever doomsday that they're talking, let it play out. Even if a tornado comes through your town, let it play out, okay? Let it all play out. It's part of the movie. We've already won. Start celebrating, okay? Start celebrating. Lastly, I want to just give you an example. You're watching a Batman movie or you're watching a Marvel movie, right? Any movie, because the good always wins in the end. You know that. You've been programmed that over and over and over again, right? Well, you're just an actor in this movie, this big show. So start acting like an actor. Start acting your part. Start being who you're supposed to be. That's creativity. That's what I'm doing. I'm just being me. I'm 100% live, 100% authentic. I don't edit anything. I'm just me. I am Miss Mystic. And I thank you for listening.